Good? Terrible clap.
It was like a Paul Abdul
Yeah,
clap.
it was awful. It was a terrible clap. Cut that out. Leave it in. Welcome to another Midwest Flyways podcast. Today we have a super special guest. Ben Brettingen from onX is here. Joey's here. He's very spicy. Is that a good word?
Spicy today.
You spicy today?
I'm spicy.
Yeah. Yeah, so
I'm in the mood.
You look spicy.
don't say that.
Wow.
Do
I
you
was
mean
gonna
it?
go to you next. So
Yeah, but I do look spicy.
both of you.
Just kidding. You look very spicy, and your attitude even spicier.
I can see this conversation is gonna go down a similar path
100%.
from where we started.
Oh
so.
yeah. Well, you know,
Maybe not. Let's try to keep her between the lines
try
tonight.
to reel back a little bit.
We're going to
as
go
we
into
get
full
going here.
conspiracy theories. You know, Adolf Hitler actually isn't dead.
Really,
You know?
I got a tinfoil cap in the truck. Let's go.
Dude,
go get it.
I'm down. But anyway, you guys loved hearing Ben on the last podcast
Yes.
last year, so we had to bring him back on.
100%.
So thank you for coming, Ben.
Heck yeah. Thank you for having me on. That's always good to
Catch
chew the
up.
fat with you boys.
Well, yeah, and you're on the run like a gypsy, so it's impossible to actually see you.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a rare occasion.
Yeah. This
In
is great.
studio.
It's awesome. I love the new setup.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Super cool.
Yeah, we've been
Life is
grinding.
good.
Literally
Been
did it
grinding on it?
just for you. No
Yep.
one else.
This is actually you are the first person in this new studio.
Heck yeah. Claim to fame right there.
So, yep. And tonight, before you leave, Hunter's going to take a picture. We're going to start a wall of fame here. Everybody that comes on the podcast,
Wall of shame.
wall of shame.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yep.
You will leave shameful. 100%.
I expect nothing less.
Your fat will be chewed. How about that?
Hunter, roll the intro for us.
I love this.
Freaking
It's
dialed.
legit, dude.
Super dialed.
Cal is an interior designer, I swear to God.
Thank you.
He's just like, we should do this, this, and this. I'm like, how are we going to do that? He's like, hold my beer.
Right?
I'll be right back. 17 hours later, here we are.
Yeah, that's not a bad time investment, actually. We built out all this furniture, 17 hours.
I don't know. I was
That's
just
good.
throwing out a big
That's
number.
pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a je ne sais quoi.
Stop.
I don't even know what that means, to be honest.
It's
Feel
got a
dumb.
nice little extra touch to it.
You said that like everyone should know that. Do you know what that means?
I've heard it before.
No,
I don't know what it means. No.
Okay.
I don't know what it means.
Feng
Oh,
shui.
It's just
nice.
fun to say.
Nice. I like that.
Feng
Je ne sais
shui.
quoi?
Je ne sais quoi.
Am I
yeah.
pronouncing it properly?
I don't know. I'm not French. But I did.
Sounds good.
I was chatting with someone from Canada, from Quebec the other day.
Yeah.
And like, you know, you hear French and it sounds like so like roll off your tongue. Man, there was some rough French.
Really?
Yeah, like the French Canadian must be. It's like doesn't sound as like, you know, they call it a love language, but it was like, ooh, this does not sound super lovely.
Different kind of
Yeah.
accent.
Yeah, it was like mean and yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, do you think that when people think of American accents, they would think of what like a Creole sounds like?
I doubt it.
That's scary. Because you have no idea. You don't know what they're saying.
That is a good point. I wonder, like somebody that doesn't know a whole lot about America, what accent they think of. It's Southern. That's
Southern,
like
for
stupid.
sure.
Gotta
Southern.
be, right?
Yeah.
Well, do you think they picture New York accent, though?
Yeah, I think it's one of the two.
Yeah, it's gotta
either
be that.
Podunk,
Yeah.
America, or New York.
Yeah, that's a
100%.
good point.
Hey, you want a bagel?
Right.
Or,
Or
hey, man, I don't know what you're talking about in there.
that's like boom hour. You just went to boom hour. That's amazing. Actually, in theory, Joey's mind, when he pictures Southern accent, goes to boom hour immediately.
Boom hour.
Going on, boom hour.
That's pretty good, man. He lived in Mississippi.
Yep.
So, did you...
That was spot on. Like, that was
Okay.
perfect. That's what everyone from
That's what I was
Mississippi
gonna
sounds
say.
like.
So I was going to say, where does that rank?
Yeah.
Dude, I was trying to figure out, like... Because I know you told me the last time you were here you played hockey.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, I just want to know what position you played. So I just Googled Ben Brettingen hockey and found your old max prep stats.
Yeah. I played left out,
Yeah.
rode the pine.
So you were like really
Wasn't
good.
a big goal scorer, though, but big assist
No.
guy.
yeah, wasn't. The problem is I wasn't very talented.
What?
No, I wasn't. I was a mediocre high school hockey player.
Really good hunter, though?
I tried hard.
Did you spend too much time hunting, do you think?
Oh yeah, that's why I quit football
Right.
and Yeah, to
Right.
hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I lost too many teeth too. That was the other problem.
Holy Family Waconia, right?
Yep. So we didn't have a rink. Waconia didn't have a rink, so we didn't have a team. So we went and co-opted with
Holy Family, which is a private school.
Yep.
Is that in Waconia?
It's in Victoria, so
Okay.
close. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yep.
I played hockey in high school. Isn't that weird?
I don't know.
Like, can you picture that?
yeah.
I'm a big guy.
Yeah. I bet you were well, you're like a teddy bear.
Right.
I bet you were the enforcer.
No, picture a giant meatball on a stick, on a skewer.
That's actually what it was.
That's Cal's body back in high school. Now put little ice skates underneath it. That was literally Cal on the ice.
I was 255 and 260 in high school. And I'm telling you, the coach, when I got cut, the last day of the cuts, you know, he's like, well, man, I'd love to keep you around just for the get off the bus factor. I was like, that's fucked up. And then I was like, so what does that mean? He's like, well, you can either play JV or you're done. And then I was just like, no chance I'm playing JV because too much pride. But looking back, this is where I'm getting at. I think I should have played JV.
Dude, I wish I would never have played varsity. JV was the best. Because I was a really good JV player. I was not a very good varsity player.
Right.
It was way more fun because it didn't matter.
Yeah. It's way more fun when you just dangle kids or when you can check the living shit out.
Oh, dude, I bet you steamrolled.
It was bad, yeah. No, I got cut off in practice a couple times. Yeah.
Practice
Well,
like
it's
you
not
play.
fair, dude. I don't even have to.
No.
I didn't even skate at them. I wasn't like skilled enough to skate where they were. This was like by happenstance.
No, you're like a foosball player going side to side, and you just randomly hit the ball.
Yeah, no, yes, exactly. Guys would turn up ice with the puck, and I would just be there. And then it was like the ultimate leveling of like a 5'4" kid, and I was like the same, bigger than I am right now.
Meatball on a skewer.
Yeah, 6'2", 260.
That's
in high school.
so fun.
So I would just, it would just absorb into me. I would stay standing. They'd be on the ice. People thought I was so good at hitting kids, but like legitimately it was just that I was slow enough that I parked at mid ice and dudes would turn into me.
Yeah.
God.
Anyway.
I played
Joey
growing
was
up.
good at hockey.
Not really. I was really good at skating. Super fast. Could maneuver around anyone. Ships across the ocean, dude. Killed it every time. Remember that game?
So you were, like if you're fast, especially I bet when you were younger, if you were really fast.
Oh, yeah.
You just skate around everyone, right?
Yeah.
Like, nobody had any.
I had zero stick handling.
For sure. Yeah.
Nothing. I was probably better with my feet, just like kicking the puck. But I got MIP every year, most improved player. So what does that tell you?
I don't know. Like
They didn't know what to think because he was so fast. They were like, is he good or?
Yeah, I like it. Like that's a great claim right there. Like you were most improved player every year. Like that is like I don't know.
I must have been pretty dog shit to start with.
Dude, like I'm not very sharp feeling right now, but like that's like sending my mind into like a trip. Like what does that mean?
I know.
Most improved player.
I think that's the first participation trophy,
I like it.
honestly.
I think Cal, you want to talk about je ne sais quoi? You need that. Do you have like a most improved player plaque that you could put up
Dude,
there?
we actually need to do one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do like awards, like takes of the year and stuff.
That's a good. They could have an award ceremony. We could all
Yes.
sit in the basement. And
Most
get
improved.
drunk.
That's right.
Right.
And we can invite a bunch of people that come on the podcast for the year. It could just be like a whole thing. We could do take awards.
I like that.
Yeah.
So one more hockey thing before we jump off.
Yes.
So I was over at my parents. They were cleaning out their basement. And they're like, "Do you want any of this stuff?"
Oh my God.
They handed me this picture of I think it was a junior or senior in high school, and it was like like Holy Family Fire. This green poster. I'll send a picture to you guys. It was so bad. So it was like me skating in like the bottom right corner, and then like a mug shot, like not a mug shot, but
Yeah,
like,
but face on.
Yeah, what do they call it? A portrait? What?
Yeah.
But
Yep. Portrait.
I had always had facial hair, but like I grew this like pedophile porn stash.
Yes.
Oh, no.
And it was
In high school?
Oh yeah.
Did you have long hair?
No.
Okay.
I couldn't do my
No
I couldn't-
lettuce.
Couldn't do But like, dude, this picture, and Sarah wants to hang it in our bathroom.
It's that bad.
Oh, dude, it's hilarious.
The best part is you have to read into that. Like, it's in the bathroom. So she's like, I don't want other people to see this. I just want you every day to walk in here and be like, holy shit.
So I'm a big believer in bathroom art, like, because that is a place, and my
Like
buddies.
with your poop?
Finger painting. It's the only thing I was good at. But, like, so in our bathroom, we have a sign, Happy Gilmore. Shooter McGavin signed it. Says, I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
Love it.
Signed. And then the other one is, have you ever seen the old man? He's holding up a handful of ducks. And he said, I got these sons of bitches about 9:30 this morning.
I have seen that.
I have definitely seen that.
Yep. So, like, bathroom art, like, random off the wall things where you're sitting in there doing your business and you're like, holy shit, that is hilarious.
Yeah.
So bathroom art is a thing.
I love that.
Dude, how about when you're on a duck hunting trip in the middle of nowhere or a pheasant hunting trip and you go into the bathroom and you stay in there 10 minutes longer because there are so many pictures in there and they make no sense. And I love reading them.
Yeah.
It's bathroom art.
How about when you go to someone's bathroom and they don't have hot water when you're trying to take a shower?
That's a big one.
We've been there, done that.
That's a tough one.
It's a tough little sulfur smell to it.
So did you take it? The photo?
Oh, yeah. It's going,
Yeah.
That's gonna
So it's going in the
Going
bathroom.
in the bathroom.
That's awesome. So you guys have a bathroom art thing. So it vibes into what you're doing.
Oh, yeah. So it's
Yeah.
important. Like, you'll be walking around and all of a sudden you see a piece. You're like, this is going in my bathroom.
Yeah. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. My wife would be a hell no to that shit.
Yeah.
Hell no.
You'll have to come over to my bathroom and check it out. And then she might be
You
like,
feel it
oh,
out.
like, yeah, this is pretty cool.
Right. It's like
Bathroom.
when I buy property and I put in like a new podcast studio into the pole barn, you know, and the whole thing's insulated and super nice. That's where I'll be able to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Bingo.
That's the only place.
Goals.
So maybe.
Goals.
Maybe. Yeah. You
Goals.
You can't give an inch, they take a mile.
It's true. That's how we got married, you know.
Oh, shit.
What?
Gave a lot of inches.
Yeah. Too many inches.
Holy shit. Unbelievable.
Holy shit.
Holy shit, literally.
Holy shit, literally.
All right, hey guys, before we get into the next thing with Ben, this podcast is brought to you by onXhunt. We literally couldn't be successful hunting without onX. Some of my favorite features are the wind, optimal wind. It's major key, and I love to set it on my waypoints, and then that way I can just look at it, check all the spots in an area, and instantaneously know on that day what's got a green check mark, really good wind for tomorrow, whatever it is. What are a couple of your favorite features, Joe?
Well, Ben, you actually helped me out with this, was turning off the crop layer.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I had to text Ben to help me turn it off.
Yeah.
I literally looked exactly where he told me to go.
Yeah.
But when you're going to a new area and you've never hunted there before, you're looking for water, and then you're looking for corn or grass, depending on the time of year.
Yeah.
And the crop layers make that really easy to internet scout and just pick a better area the first time and not waste all your money in gas. So,
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
what's your favorite thing about onX, Ben?
Yeah, that's actually the best question.
So actually, it's it might not be my favorite, but it's something new we just released. Well, a couple of things. CarPlay is awesome if you
Lit.
got
It's
you
lit.
got in-dash in your truck.
Yeah, I don't, but not cool enough. But Joey does, so
Yeah, that's
loving it.
That's awesome. And then we released. You guys probably use the Compass tool, right? You know, we were using it in North Dakota.
Yep.
We got it now, so it's got range on it too. So like you click it again, and it'll have pretty much a line extending straight out. So as you turn, right, you turn, and you can see which direction you're facing. But then it's also got essentially a line with distance measurement. So instead of having to do the line distance tool, you literally just spin around, and you can see like, okay, we've got to walk 50 yards through the cattails without.
So insane.
Or hunting turkeys or whatever. You just hit it quick and okay, we're out 150 that way.
It's insane.
That's pretty lit.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So thank you for sponsoring this podcast.
Yeah. We appreciate it.
Love you, boys.
I love you.
Love you.
I love you so much.
Ben, I have a great question.
I love you so much.
Unless you want to interrupt me.
I love you so much.
Okay. What is the number one mistake that people make in buying or having a dog hunting?
Number one mistake.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I would say probably a couple things. Not doing their research. And in terms of what breed they want and then who they get it from. And the breed thing, you know, you talk on the waterfall side, like obviously you can't go wrong with a lab, right?
Yeah.
But with that comes a whole slew of issues, right? Like anywhere from backyard breeders to people that are just all marketing hype, right? And their dogs might be meh, but
and this is going to sound dumb before you keep going, but like how much of a difference is there legitimately in like the dog and where it came from?
huge.
Really?
Yeah,
everything.
It's a huge spectrum. Because it's about, you know, you start with, you know, you're either starting way up here at like level 10 or you're starting with nothing, right? So like finding a dog, like just dogs with sound mind, prey drive, like these inherent things you can mold versus trying to make it, you know, something out of a lump of coal.
Yeah.
So when I first got Hank versus when I first got Riley,
Right.
I had to convince Riley to play fetch.
Okay.
Like really,
That's rough for a lab.
yeah. Well, she's not a lab.
Oh.
You know, she was just so confused. Like she'd pick it up and she'd look at me and then she'd come running back. And I'm like, bitch, you know, you're not getting it. You know, if you bring it back, I'll throw it again. So it was just stuff like that. Whereas with Hank, the first time I threw something for him, brought it right to me, held it in his mouth and sat down right next to me. And I'm like, holy shit.
Damn.
That is a difference. You know,
That's crazy.
like first time, like, whoa.
Picking it up.
So I'll probably offend some people, but I don't really care. It's like for me, a pointing lab, I think is the stupidest damn thing on this earth.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's so dumb.
Why?
Why?
Because if you want to get a pointing dog, like,
Doesn't sound like a really good reason. But
well, so a pointing lab, it's like you're forcing it, right? Like, why would you force your dog? Like, I want this lab to point, right? I mean, granted, you can teach any dog to stop on scent, but like, if you want a bird dog, why not get a bird dog? Why get a lab that points? Like,
Because then you have to have two dogs.
No, I mean, that's like it fits the versatile dog. Go get a versatile dog,
like,
like
Yeah.
like a wire hair, draught, short hair, or something like that. That can do both. But anyways, so for all the pointing lab people, I think it's stupid.
Do you feel like a short hair pointer can do just as well in the waterfowl retrieving?
As a lab,
Yeah.
no, no. But you're comparing specialists to versatility, right? Like, you know, I've got draughts. Are they going to beat a lab duck hunting in terms of lining and marking and that kind of thing? No. Are they pretty good at it? Yeah. Are they going to beat a pointer bird hunting? No. But they'll do a pretty good job at it. So they're just a generalist, right? They're not great at anything, but they're just good at everything. So
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like if they're like a 7 at waterfowl hunting and a 10 at pointing, then is that better than a lab that's like a 4 at pointing or stopping on scent, you know, whatever, and like or worse, I don't know.
Pissing me off talking about pointing labs.
that's so funny. I can actually see the seething anger.
Angry.
Like, you
But-
just say it.
So
And I
Pointing
hate you.
labs, yeah.
So labs aren't naturally pointers, you're saying, whereas with short hairs and draughts and all that, they're natural at it.
Yeah, yeah.
And a
they
lab
were-
is natural at water retrieving and all that. And so you don't think it should be taught to the dog unless it's being...
I don't know. I just feel like you're kind of, I don't know. You're just kind of pushing rope. Like, just get a dog that'll fit. Like I say, getting the wrong breed, like the question, right? Like, get a breed that's going to work for what you want to do with it.
Pushing rope, he says.
Yeah.
Unreal.
For sure.
I hope you guys get some angry emails.
We're gonna clip this. Yeah.
Oh.
No, you're going on social media.
So,
Social medias.
that's so funny.
Yeah, I just think
that
that's
just
like
completely
it's so
trashed my
weird
thought.
because in my head I'm like, well, I don't know if I want a lab. And I want to get a dog at some point, but I just don't know if I want a lab. Like,
Yeah.
it's just a fucking big dog that sheds a lot of hair and like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just hating, but in my head, it's like, well, am I going to lose so much performance that it's not worth it?
It just depends, right? Like, that's the thing about, that's why there's a lot of breeds.
Yeah.
And some people, like, are totally fine with, like, yeah, I don't have the world's greatest dog, and that's fine, but I like him because he fits into our household. You want a small dog, right? And, like, yeah, that's fine, right? It doesn't have to be the highest performing specimen out there, right?
Right.
It's like, look at a cocker. Like, those things are just cool critters.
Just cool dogs.
Little, fast little shits. I like them. Cockers are fun.
I can't remember what they look like.
Oh, really?
Cocker Spaniel?
Yeah,
they're some big-ass ears, bro.
Yeah, they're like...
Yeah, like the brown hanging...
Yeah, brown and white.
Yeah.
Like Lady in the
They
Tramp?
sit about...
Yeah.
They sit about that
Yeah.
high. They're fun. My
Are
buddies...
they, like, good... They're good bird dogs?
They're like... Man, it's like little Mexican jumping bean. They just freaking...
They're awesome.
Oh, they're fun. They're fun as hell.
Yeah.
Then, like, again, like, if I was a guy that was going to go hunt in, the Great Lakes or in the ocean, would I want a cocker? No. But if you're going to go, shoot puddle ducks on ponds or whatever, yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cocker. It's beautiful. That's a beautiful specimen.
Yeah.
The ones that I've hunted with have longer fur.
Really?
That's a little short-coated one. You might want something better for the cold weather.
So
I don't think that thing can hold up to it.
Girl I used to date, her dad has always had these. It still says it's a Cocker Spaniel.
Yeah,
But they all look exactly like that.
No,
like his dogs look...
Bro, those
just like
ears
that looks
are...
that looks like a Springer almost.
I don't know.
You just Google.
Yeah, you're talking to the wrong guys.
So like,
but
if you Google field bred cockers,
Okay.
like that, then you'll see like the ones I'm talking about. That like those look nothing like the cockers that I've hunted with.
what about, like, in your mind, is there a place in the world where they have a dog that's better than some of the dogs we have here for this?
Say that again.
In,
What?
like, other places, are they breeding dogs that are totally different than dogs we're using here?
Oh yeah, see that. Sorry, that is like the cockers I'm talking about. Those
Yeah.
things are awesome.
I have seen a couple of these.
They're small dogs.
They're adorable.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah.
They're just little bullets.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, so you're asking if
Like,
yeah,
internationally, is it a lot of different dogs? Or?
yeah. So the thing is the nice thing about living in the U.S., right, is we have more hunting opportunities than damn near anyone on this earth.
Yeah.
So while a lot of these breeds originated, like from England or France or Germany or Spain, I think the U.S. is probably producing some of the best dogs for hands down right now.
When do you think it switched from Britain or England?
From international, and granted that's a generalization, because you look at the trend recently with British Labs.
Yeah.
And like they had some superior dogs over there.
Yeah.
Like just you compare them to the American Lab, like they're not as hard charging, but man, they are like a joy to be around.
Yeah.
And Josh, I don't know if you know Josh Miller.
No.
Riverstone Kennels.
Yes.
Okay, I know
Yes.
Riverstone
Wisconsin.
Kennels, yeah.
Yeah, so he's got a cool story about when he went over there just to go check out dogs. And they were at the pub and walked in there, sat down, and then like 2 hours later, he gets up and everyone gets up to leave, and there's like 8 dogs that come out from under the table. And he said, I was there for 2 hours and I had no idea a dog was under there.
Wow.
Holy
So they
shit.
just have an off switch, right?
Yeah.
Where, some American Labs don't.
Yeah.
So, and they're smaller, but yeah,
What was your first dog?
like
Like a hunting dog, yeah.
short hair.
Short
Yep, German short hair.
boy, girl.
It was a dude. His name was Jack, and hell of a bird dog. But man, he was an asshole. Just a hellion. So much prey drive. Like if you go around the pine trees in my parents' yard, you can damn near still see where he would run around the trees trying to chase after Tweety birds. Like he had a path worn into the ground. I had another guy I was talking to, I can't remember when, but he had 2 short hairs, left home, go to work, and when he got home, these damn dogs had chewed a hole through the drywall, ripped out all the insulation, chewed through the siding to get to squirrels at the bird feeder.
They got outside from the inside?
They chewed their way out. Some like freaking Great Escape jailbreak shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So like high strung.
Oh my
So
god.
that's the kind of shit that's the dog we had growing up. Not that bad, but
Holy shit. I can't even imagine them going through the walls of the home.
Can you imagine coming home and your dog's in the backyard?
How,
And you're like,
Get up.
how
what?
the hell? Oh my God.
You have a hole in your
See
side,
that
sir.
hole?
Is that like Anchorman? Like I'm not even mad.
I'm not even mad. I'm impressed.
Yeah, I mean, right?
You had
like,
an entire wheel of cheese?
and that's honestly how. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I would be like, dude, holy shit. Like, that's impressive.
Yeah. And
Like,
what do
how'd
you do?
that?
What do you do now?
Yeah, like I don't know how that.
Can't even leave him at home alone.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, A, it's your fault. Like, put him in a kennel, right? But it's like,
Dude,
damn.
that's crazy. Yeah, my brother-in-law, Luke, he told me that his dad has a bunch of Britneys,
Oh, yeah.
and they tow up that basement, bro.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, dude. Like, Luke's brother bought this beautiful house in Kentucky, and his dad moved in there, and the dogs went into the basement one day and just tore it up, dude.
Had their way with it.
So is that just like a pointer thing?
No, it's
Because labs don't do that. I mean, they'll bite shoes and scratch walls, but
yeah.
no labs go through drywall.
No, I don't think so. But no, I think that's that's a neurotic prey drive. Like they wanted those squirrels so damn bad that they were gonna chew their way out. That's like that is a quintessential German dog thing.
Maybe Riley's German, bro.
I don't know.
She kills a lot of animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
you met my dog.
Yeah.
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 She's old now, but back in the day, every time I go over to Heinz's place to goose hunt
Savage.
and then we clean the geese, she'll kill 3 squirrels in the yard while we're there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's ridiculous. Killed possum, squirrel, raccoons, a lot of raccoons, probably like 10 possum, killed a deer,
Killed a deer.
ripped its throat out.
Not cool.
It was a youngin'. Yeah.
Bogus, bro.
Look at Hunter's face right now. It's just like,
Oh,
oh
yeah.
my God.
Yeah, she killed a deer and then brought it to them.
No.
Didn't she?
That's too much. No, we
I thought you said you found it outside the...
No, so what happened was my sister and my stepmom were going for a walk on at our lodge, and she starts screaming, and I'm like, "What?" And I like walk outside. She's like, "Your dog killed a deer." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And then I go out there, and this thing is and it's like throat is like all messed up. I'm like, "Oh my God!" And Riley's just ready to go at it again. She's just covered in blood. I'm like, "Oh my God!" She's like, "You need to kill it." And then I started walking up the hill. I'm like, oh, my God. So I went and grabbed the Ranger in a 17 and
Jeez.
shot it in the head.
That's
fucked up.
That's some prey drive, I guess.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, no, she'll, every once in a while we have sheep here, you know?
Yeah.
Every once in a while, she'll just be sitting outside for 8 hours. And then she'll just like hear the door start to open, just straight at the fence and run into that bitch as hard as she can.
Oh.
Like, because she's going to kill a sheep or something. I'm like,
Damn.
what's wrong?
Riley?
Yeah.
She
Full
still does
bore.
that?
Full bore.
She's psycho.
She is not right.
Huh.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
No drywaller.
No, that's yeah. And that's like Amos, like he's a big running dog. You saw him,
Yeah.
but he runs big and he got in the habit of chasing deer. And it's like he would go for like 2 miles chasing a deer. So one day we just drove around. It was in the spring when there were just big flocks, big herds of deer. And every time I'd see a herd of deer, I'd let them go and I'd let them tear off after them. And I think I had like 3 collars on them.
Oh my God.
3 collars on him?
Oh, yeah. I'd collar on his flank, couple collars on his neck, and I'd just weld. I'd turn the dial up to weld and just freaking hammer him.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. He doesn't chase deer anymore.
That's good.
That's the way it is. It's like, you do not chase deer. And this is how I'm going to tell you. But the little bastard, to his credit, like we had to do it like 4 times, and it was like, dude, like
He's getting cooked.
You know what? You know the last 2 times, you know what's gonna happen. You still think this is a good idea?
Damn.
We doesn't
Goes
chase deer
anyway.
anymore, so
That's good.
that's nice.
It was like
Yeah.
year 2 of owning Riley. I'm going to the cabin, and as soon as you enter our property, which by the way you have to come there this year, but
Yeah.
as soon as you enter the property up top, there are just eyes throughout the field, especially when you get there at night. Like there's 200 deer all the time,
Dang.
mainly does.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Right by the road.
And one time, I'm just having the back windows open where she always knows when we're getting close. The second with the last turn every time. And then I had the back window open in a double cab, and I'm going like 30 miles an hour, and I'm looking in the trees to see if there's any raccoons. And there's like 8 deer, just like
hanging out.
30 yards off the road. And I'm literally don't even pay them any attention. All of a sudden I see this black blur jump out of my back seat going 35 miles an hour. Just rolls in the
Psycho.
ditch. Rolls in the ditch, and then she starts running. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Psycho.
So I started screaming, and then they got like 500 yards from her, and she turned around. I'm like, you were
Damn.
a bitch.
She must have some short hair in her.
Dude, I think she's got German Shepherd or Wolf.
Something German. Sounds
Bad.
like just German blood.
Yeah, gray Timberline wolves.
Scary.
Yeah, German Timberlines.
Funny.
No, we're gonna do another ad here. I love that we have it on here now. I
You
love
just
that.
look back.
That's
Right.
so baller.
So, guys, this episode of the podcast is brought to you by First Light, and let me tell you, we got to wear some of their waterfowl stuff last year. It is sweet. But what I can tell you about is the rugged wool line that they have. They have wader pants. They have like a little sweatshirt deal, and it's like double knit wool, so it doesn't pill and it doesn't just like rip apart. It's better made wool.
More durable wool.
Yeah, they call it rugged wool,
Rugged.
and
yeah,
that
for a
stuff
reason.
is sweet. So go and check out First Light. Ben wears First Light. I wear First Light. Cal wears First Light.
It's good stuff.
The whole nation.
Firstlight.com. Check it out. It's new.
Yeah.
So their thing was wool. They're just doing it better now.
They're just doing it better
Right.
now.
Ben, was Jack a dog that you felt like you were like, this is a good dog? Or did that get you into dogs? Is that kind of the catalyst of it?
Yeah, I mean definitely. Like that was he was a hell of a hunting dog. He was just not a great like house dog.
Yeah.
But in terms of hunting wise, like he was awesome. So yeah, I mean I that would be growing up, like we did everything. We duck hunted, we deer hunted, but like pheasant hunting was like you when you feel super dialed.
Yeah.
Because like duck hunting, my dad, he duck hunts, but he's just taking me out kind of deal. We'd go take the tinner across the lake and set up
Right.
in the reeds and, shoot 3-4 ducks. But like when we put Jack down, it was like, you knew shit was going down. So that was always fun.
This is when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
it was,
did you want the dog, or was like your parents were getting the dog?
I mean, I'm sure we wanted the dogs. I think I was like 6 years old when we got them.
Okay.
And I'm sure I wanted them.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
That
you
was
gotta
like-
take care of them, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, parents take care of them, right? But he was just a pain in the ass in general, kind of. But he was a good guy.
That's crazy though, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in my head, it's like how long, you've been doing this. And you literally were just talking about when you were 6 years old. So what was the first dog that you like bought yourself? You were like, I'm living on my own. This is my first dog.
Yeah, so actually, when I moved to Mississippi, I got Annie, which she's a Drahthaar.
Yeah.
And again, I wanted something I wanted to be able to bird hunt. And at the time, I was living in Mississippi, so I didn't do there wasn't a whole lot of bird hunting opportunities, but there was a ton of duck hunting opportunities down there.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'm like, yeah, I want to duck hunt with her. I want to blood track. We did a bunch of blood tracking.
Like follow people's deer kills.
Yeah, like the cool thing, I don't know if we talked about it last time, but I'd shoot like 15 deer a year down there.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Because we had a lease. It was like 1,000-acre lease, and they required you to shoot. I think on our lease it was like 50 deer a year you had to shoot off of it, or else you would lose the lease because just depredation. They were like fleas. You'd go on a 3-acre food plot at night, and there'd be 40 does out there.
Damn.
That's great.
Yeah.
So you're
So
a big venison guy.
oh, we ate a lot of venison.
Yeah.
And then I'd come back and bring it to my brother, and my brother's just super frugal. Makes a shitload of money, but just super frugal. And actually, he was living in Atlanta at the time, and I'd bring venison over, and finally his wife, where like I called and they're like, "You want me to bring more venison?" She's like, "Fuck no, do not bring any more venison." Like we have literally will eat venison 4 or 5 nights a week because he didn't want to buy meat. So
That's incredible.
I mean, moderation, right? Like 1 or 2 times a week I'll eat it, but
Yeah.
yeah. And then the nice thing is like we just donate it. There was a
Nice.
there was a trailer park kind of as like 3 or 4 double wide trailers, just shitty, like poor Southern.
Like you said trailer park and then you're like 3 or 4 trailers.
well, like I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
An area of trailers.
Yeah, like a
congregation.
grouping of trailers
Yeah,
next to
trailer
the church.
congregation.
It's the beginning of the community. Okay.
Yeah. Like they're just trying to get off the ground. It's a real nice place to live.
Yeah.
But just, like just they're just a very poor area, and
Yeah.
so I was thinking, it's like, I should see if they want this deer. And so I go up, knock on the door. They like wanted me to come inside, and like this place was like,
You didn't want to go inside.
fuck no.
Yeah.
I mean, like tarp roof, like
Yeah, they had
windows
that old
gone.
Wisconsin roof, huh?
Dude, this, like, you would look at it and you're like, there's no way somebody can live in this. No way.
Yeah.
Kind of sad. But, so I was like, well, I could shot a deer. You want it?
Yeah.
They're like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they like 6 people come out of this tiny trailer, no bigger than this room,
Yeah.
and they grab the deer, drag it off. And I was like, oh, this is cool.
How fast? Did you stay around to see how fast they butchered it?
I didn't, but like then every time all I do is honk the horn twice. They'd come out, grab it out of the back of the truck,
Unreal.
wave at them.
Unbelievable.
See you later. And they loved it. Like,
Hell
they were
yeah, how could you
so
not?
Thankful.
Just so
Oh, shit.
efficient.
Yeah. And it was,
Well, dude, yeah,
Yeah,
they were
yeah,
they were
yeah,
probably
yeah.
so grateful.
yeah.
Pumped.
Oh my God.
And it
Dude,
was
I would be.
this is literally what just happened. Okay. Meat. Don't boom hand, knife, just drag it away. Meat. Leaves. Mississippi Trailer Park.
100%.
it wasn't no, we've clarified not necessarily a trailer
Yeah,
park.
congregation of trailers.
Congregation
Genesis
trailers.
of a community trailer park.
Yep.
Bingo.
But I don't think that trailer park's gonna catch on, boys.
Really?
I don't think so.
But there's a lot of myths, though, that if you congregate in that area, you get free venison.
Yeah, who knows?
Well, there's not an HOA, so you can have tarp roofs. That's
Yeah.
huge.
And free deer meat.
Free deer meat.
I might
Hey,
move.
you guys want to start a commune
I was going to say.
Dude, I'm serious. I
Holy
really
shit.
want to start a commune.
Literally.
with
Like, bad.
with tarp roofs?
No, because I can
You
build
might have
things.
just struck a weird chord, actually, for Joey from a conspiracy theory sort of standpoint. Go ahead now.
No, I just want to buy like 200 acres with 6-7
Yeah.
people, and just split it up. And it's like, okay, this is going to be self-sufficient. Your family's in charge of this. My family's in charge of this. We're all going to do certain days of this. It's like, that's pretty fucking slick.
You guys want to get weird for a second?
So
Yeah.
bad.
So I am totally DTF about the whole commune.
Right.
Dude.
So I took a trip. I went out to Oregon, driving out there, and I was like, oh, I listen to a lot of books on tape.
Yeah.
Or audiobooks now. They're not on tape.
You're
That's
not
what I
that
just always
old.
grew up calling you.
How old are you?
I was born in
Literally.
1990.
Okay.
Where's my 8-track?
It's unreal. All right.
So I got in. I just was Googling like good books, whatever, and
Books on tape.
I got in, books on tape, and I got into this like apocalyptic rat hole, but like, so I'm not a big sci-fi guy, like zombie shit, don't care.
Yeah.
But this was like what the catalyst was for like shit just regressing was EMPs, electromagnetic pulse. And, think about it. If technology got knocked out, how fucked people would be.
Oh, yeah.
Well, have you heard the numbers on it? A quarter of the population would die within a week.
Dude,
Would die?
Would die.
Would
Yeah.
die?
100%.
I think like in this book was like it was
Straight statistic.
dude, and I believe it 100%. Like
Yeah.
people are just so so far disconnected. I mean, I think I could survive. Would it suck? Yeah, but like there's so many people that would just be SOL. Like
Oh, yeah.
100%.
yeah.
Yeah. This is crazy, actually, because Annie and I were just having a conversation about, like, if we couldn't go to the grocery store to buy food,
What would you do?
what would we do?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is so crazy. And, like, that's why I totally get the whole commune thing. Totally makes sense. Like, to know that, like, this family is providing meat, this family is providing vegetables, this family is providing fruit, you know, like.
Yeah.
Mhm. You're in charge of the livestock.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you know, then you hear people say, oh, I'll just go shoot a bunch of deer. It's like, then what?
Yeah.
Are you going to freeze it?
Right.
Right.
No freezer, dude.
Do you know how to SoundGear shit? No? You're screwed.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
It's insane. No, and I mean, dead serious, it would be a thing. Like, for anybody, even, like, anyone that could figure it out, it would be a thing.
Yeah, so I think this book was called The Ranch. And, like, dude, it was like, I was 3-4 o'clock in the morning, like, holy fuck, this is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like the commune deal, like I got home and I still got a list on my phone of like, all right, I need this, and this.
Supplies.
Right.
It's kind of fizzled, but my
Your
enthusiasm.
enthusiasm has fizzled. You haven't got the list yet?
Well, I started with ammo, and I got the ammo, but then I just kind of stopped. I was like, I need
Well,
to
it's
have
a
like
lot of money, dude.
200 gallons of water, like ready to go. I need to have freaking Faraday bags, the ones where you can put electronics in.
Yeah.
You get a old 4-wheeler that doesn't use electronics, and then like,
Oh, this guy laid out the whole plan.
well, it was obviously nonfiction, right? Because I don't think we've had an EMP, and the
Right.
world hasn't ended. But yeah, I mean, like all the shit you don't think about.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was.
I'm going to listen to this.
Yeah, it's
The
super
ranch.
good. The ranch.
The
yeah.
ranch.
The scary part is, like, oh, I'll just go and shoot a bunch of deer. Hey, man, your truck's not going to work.
Right.
You're walking. You are walking or you are biking. And I just bought a new truck, and I'm like, oh, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
You know? This all electronics.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And
Once those fuses blow, you're done.
yeah, I mean,
Or what, am I going to
nothing-
walk to Napa 20 miles away? I
Right.
don't think so.
Literally nothing electronic works anywhere. Nothing,
So insane.
dude.
What does it do exactly? Does it just blow up the battery or?
No, I think I don't know.
Well, because, yeah, I mean, is it about like sound, or like not waves, but like electro waves
Yeah,
or
so
whatever?
I think it essentially like it'll fry like a circuit board. I mean, it'll fry that board.
So weird. It's so
Yeah.
insane.
I mean, I don't know,
It's like one of those things, though, that in your head, you're like, I don't know if I understand it well enough to say it wouldn't happen.
dude. Like it, you do some research and like it's super plausible. So it was like I can't remember, like if you set off an atomic bomb instead of like bombing a city, like the bomb hitting the ground, like you set it off, like they'll set it off 30 miles or 20 miles up in the air, and
Yeah.
that can cause it.
Right.
And like there's a lot of countries with the capabilities of doing it, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know.
You and I could make an EMP. It just wouldn't be very big.
yeah.
It's very possible. But this says EMP has no known effects on living organisms, but can temporarily or permanently disable electrical equipment.
Yeah.
So I don't know
Or
how.
permanently.
Yeah, permanently. Because
Yeah.
that was what I was
Yeah.
wondering. I was like, okay, do you just jump start the car?
Right. Does it just go back to some normal or something?
I thought it did something internally where it just like blows the fuse or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's mayhem.
Anyways, like it's commune, like it's legit. Like that
Right.
one hit like oh man, like this could happen. This isn't just like zombies.
No, yeah. No,
So
this is
way
like
too reliant on technology.
we're going into World War III here pretty shortly, and it's like, oh, okay, so all these countries have nukes. That's not good. And then also, everyone knows everything about our electrical grid because everything's public for some reason.
Yeah, it seems silly.
And then last year, I think it was last year, someone shot 13 transformers, and to try to destroy the electrical grid in North Carolina, and then it's been randomly happening all over the country where people don't just take out a transformer, they take out 13,
Really?
11 to see what it does to the area. People were saying it's like them casing to see the response times of everything, and I'm like, oh shit. Like one time, sure.
Yeah.
20 times across the whole country, what's going on?
Yeah, that's not a coincidence.
It's pretty freaky.
Well, then, you look at the stuff like down in Texas with the ice storm, and you look at especially like some of the brownout stuff out in California.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's freaking weird.
Yeah.
Let's do one more ad here real quick.
Yeah, let's do it. Guys, this podcast is brought to you by SoundGear. I don't want to hunt again without SoundGear because I've already got hearing loss issues. I know you do too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it's just it's a simple, easy thing. It's a little bit of an expense. But if somebody told you, hey, when you're 60, you can still hear if you spend $1,400 right now, I don't know. I would do it personally. It seems like one of those things.
You ask any guy that's 50 years or older who's hunted, and they're like, they would pay ridiculous sums.
Yeah. To not have hearing aids every day.
Yeah, or to not have their ears ring.
Yeah.
Or to be able to hear birds chirp. Or people talk next to them.
Right.
Is it an inconvenience? Yeah, to wear them.
Yeah.
But
it's a long-term convenience.
Huge.
I could think of many worse things to wear on my head.
Right.
Like these. Exactly. Remember having to wear earmuffs as a kid?
Some people still do.
When you pull up your gun, it pushes them up.
Yeah.
And you're thinking about that instead of where you're shooting your gun. I remember that like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to be able to have it molded into my ear canal, dude.
Bluetooth.
Well, yeah, Bluetooth.
Get out of here.
Rechargeable in the field.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
It's crazy.
So anyway.
The funny thing is all your sponsors, if you sign up for onX, if you have the elite membership, you can get deals on all of those brands.
So if you sign up on onX, you get a deal on SoundGear, Migra, and First Light?
Yeah, Migra's we're
it's in the works.
Working on it. But yeah, you can get First Light, SoundGear,
no way.
Get X% off of the Phantoms, instant fits.
And you can get 20% off on X with MWF20.
Yeah.
I think it's 30%.
It's 20.
It's 20?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. We've been lying.
Joey says 30 half the time.
You can get $50.
It is 20, by the way. Yeah. MWF20 gets you 20% off an onX membership, which then gets you money off of all of our other sponsors.
Yeah.
That's pretty lit.
But I like now that when you guys, let's take a break and do the sponsors, it's, we'll go look at the TV. I like that. I thought that was kind of funny. But
yeah. We need it, actually.
It's sweet.
It looks good as like a part of the podcast that nobody else can actually see. We're working on a fourth camera. We got to get a fourth for the full studio view.
Yeah. There you go.
But either way, you can probably see in the corner, you can see First Light.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you have such big, broad shoulders.
Yes.
Bingo. I don't know if we'll be able to see it anyway.
Thank you.
You're a really good hockey player, too.
I do appreciate that.
So,
yeah.
Anyway.
As long as people skate up ice with their eyes closed, we're good. Where'd you go this year? Some crazy spots?
I put on some miles this year. Yeah.
Do you usually travel as much as you did this year?
This year I took 2 big trips that really were doozies. I went to Oregon. Like we were like 15 miles from from the coast. And that was a long drive.
Yeah.
And then went down to New Mexico and Arizona. So
were you hunting quail?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Which kind of quail?
All of the quail. So
all of them are there?
Well, not all of them, but so I did shoot all the quail this year. So I went out to Oregon.
Quail slam.
That's cool.
Yep. So went out to Oregon, hunted mountain quail, which are freaking beautiful, super cool birds. And then they have valley quail or California quail out there. Then went down to New Mexico and shot gambles and scalies.
Not real words.
I don't know what that is, but
not real words.
But anyways, so I stopped in Kansas and shot bobwhites on my way to New Mexico.
No way.
Shot scaled quail or blues, and then gambles and merns.
Do you have a favorite specific species of like upland bird you like to hunt?
Yeah.
The best?
Like if I could pick anything, grouse, like to grouse hunt would be the best. But quail wise, mean, they're all just cool. Like I like them for different reasons. Like mountain quail, like the hunt, it was beautiful place, but like the birds, they were runners. It wasn't the most fun hunt, but then like you look at merns, like they hold ridiculously tight. So like dog is pointing from me to you away, and you walk in, and all of a sudden 15 birds get up right
No
at your
way.
feet. Yeah, it's cool, and they're pretty birds. I think the merns and the mountain quail are super cool.
Yeah.
Joey's on his old iPad there. You find
Yeah.
him there, bud?
Well, I was just
Well, that's
looking at.
chucker.
Yeah, those look awesome.
So like a lot of people have seen pen raised chucker,
Yeah.
and
That's
like they don't
crazy.
hold a freaking candle to. That was, I take that. Chucker was something that gets in your blood. Like that shit was intense. Like
Where'd you do that?
in Oregon?
Okay.
Yep.
So they're
How
like,
long-
this was in Oregon?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yep.
How long were you in Oregon?
10 days, I think.
That's a good stretch.
Yeah, it was awesome. And by the end, I was like, I mean, because that's like you were hunting in. I mean, they're not mountains, but you are hands and knees crawling uphill.
Were you hunting private or public?
All public.
Public.
Yep.
With some buddies or something?
Yeah, a guy, Nate Akey, works for Pheasants Forever. We went out there to go film some stuff for Onyx, and he showed us around. And
That's insane.
dude, it was super cool. Super cool.
Is that one of your, like, would that be top trips in terms of like places you've been to go do it?
That's pretty cool. That was just especially because I've never spent much time out there. So
I love
Yeah, it's
this
a great
picture.
photo.
oh yeah,
That's
So
so,
cool.
sick. You just hang them all from the post.
Yep. That's famous Amos, Annie, Herbie. That was in Kansas.
Such a
That's
badass.
That's
pic.
badass.
That was a banger of a day. That was a good one.
What
Yeah.
did you remember when I called you earlier this year and I was like, we should go shoot this because it looks drop dead gorgeous? What was that again?
The bird.
Yeah,
I don't remember what you said.
I was out west because they had a very specific
Were you in
short
the-
season for them.
Sage grouse. They're-
Sage grouse.
Yeah.
Yep. Dude, have you seen what a
Bombers.
sage grouse look like?
No.
Oh,
Oh yeah. When they're all like in the spring, like they're on the Lex and they're strutting and
They're on the Lex?
yeah. So like they will go to this short grass, like a specific area,
Yeah.
and they'll be whatever, dozen, 50, however many. They'll all be just strutting around and showing off, and they're beautiful.
look at those things. They have a
Yeah.
big yellow chest and they puff it out.
Bro, no lie. All I can think of when I see that, what was that?
Don't say it. Don't say it. Looks like titties.
Child.
I was literally going to say, isn't it the chicken that does the, I say.
Oh my God, what's his
You know
name?
what I'm talking about?
Yeah. What
I
is
said,
that?
boy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's gonna be a test later.
What is that?
What is that?
Something rooster, I'm sure.
Something rooster.
Ah.
Shit.
That's funny. He was
That's
always
what it
just
looks like.
so jacked.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
said it
yeah,
looks
yeah.
like titties.
Well, that's what you
Well-
were. I knew you were thinking.
Well,
Or maybe that's
pretty
just
quick-witted.
me. Yeah.
Come up with something
Probably
else.
just me. You don't want my mind to wander.
No,
friend.
yeah.
You do not want my mind. You keep me on the straight and narrow, or else I will.
Do you have another question?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
So you do like upland hunting better than waterfowl?
I just have.
Just say it.
I do.
No, just
right
say it.
now. Yep. But
Was there ever a time where it wasn't?
Oh hell yeah.
Really?
Yeah, when he was
Oh,
in college
dude,
in North
shit,
Dakota.
Yeah, like from when I was in high school all the way through growing up through college, and then moved back here, and it was like, duck hunting's not as good as North Dakota, so I started deer hunting. And then when I moved to Mississippi, got real hardcore back into waterfowl, and now I'm bird hunting, so we'll see where
So it's just kind of like phases. You like
Yeah.
kind of go through stretches.
but I go hard,
Yeah.
Like-
No, I see that.
right? It's just like I don't dabble. It's like I haven't deer hunted in 4 years now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
Too
just
busy.
like, oh, this way.
Too busy.
Yeah. So who knows? Like, I just went and bought like this summer like 50 dozen goose decoys.
Did you?
Yeah.
What brand you I?
Dive bomb.
Dive bomb?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. Otherwise, there's no way I'd
I
be
was
able to
like-
get
I was like,
50 dozen decoys.
I was trying to do the math. I'm like,
Yeah. No.
this guy got 600
DSDs.
fucking decoys.
DSDs. Yeah.
crazy, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
You're getting paid pretty good over at onX, huh?
no, man, kidneys, dude.
Oh,
Damn. Sell them organs. Get
really?
yourself
You
some
know, I got to be honest.
DSDs.
Just be careful. Because you might tread down one of those paths where guys start actually thinking if they sold a couple kidneys, they could get some DSDs.
Well, I can tell you from experience, if you sell your kidneys, you can get DSDs.
And I can tell you from experience, there's some guys that are going to look into it. Based on that statement. 100%. There's some dudes out there like, really? What, just one?
Yeah.
Give me
You
300
need one of
DSDs?
them.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah.
But you can imagine for 50 dozen how much shit I needed to sell off my body.
Oh yeah.
I was working.
We'd be calling you Matt. No arms or legs.
Oh, don't let me wander.
That's great.
You never heard that one
It's
before?
unbelievable. No. First time I've ever heard that.
I heard the joke one time. What do you call a guy with no arms and no legs? Matt. It's like, oh my god. Definitely not as bad as the Helen Keller joke.
That's wild, dude.
God.
Oh my god. Before we go further, Joey, this podcast is also brought to us by Migra.
You want me to talk about
Talk
it?
about
Is
Migra.
that why you said that?
Yep.
Guys, what I got here is stacked load 2-4, and it is just unreal. Smokes the bird.
Sound effects.
Yeah,
You know?
that's me.
Holy shit.
No, but on a serious
Dude, you have
note,
to show up every week. How are we going to do sound effects?
I just found that it's been patterning a lot better than other shells. It's just so consistent. And
You've
the 20
shot it?
gauge,
Yep.
the 20 gauge knocks down geese, which is so exciting.
Yep.
I love that. I don't really have to worry about it unless it's December. But other than that,
Well,
I didn't even have any issues in the cold.
yeah.
It was great.
yeah, I shot out in Montana in December on my way out to Oregon.
Yeah?
20 banger.
Beauty.
I think somebody else was shooting my 12 gauge. Like, yeah, I'll just shoot my little 20 banger, and it was like, oh.
For you, they probably need like a 16 and a 28 gauge, though.
Yeah, that's dude. That's the 28 gauge, man. When Benelli's making their Super Black Eagle in it, like,
You gonna get one?
Did you get one?
No, I don't have one.
Okay.
I've got a.
You tempted, though.
No, I've got a. I am tempted for sure.
Very tempted.
Yeah. Me too. I just.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's right. If the Benelli's making it in their flagship line, like, it's catching,
cool.
it's catching on, right?
Gotta be. Is that what you shoot a lot, though, is a 20 gauge?
20 gauge. I just ordered a 28, a custom 28 over under that. I should get here pretty soon.
Really?
Yeah. So that'll be fun.
What'd you spend on that one?
Oh, I can't put that in this.
Just
Can't tell my wife.
throw it out in
that.
the ether?
It wasn't
Yeah.
bad. Like, so.
What is it?
So RFM makes it. It's an Italian company. They're imported by a company called Upland Gun Company.
Okay.
And super cool. Like, I'll show you pictures. Like Annie, I've got the 20 gauge I ordered that I have. I got Annie engraved on the bottom of it, and it looks badass.
Yeah.
And then I was like, this, and it's custom fit. You go and get fitted, and
Nice.
makes
That's
a
crazy.
huge difference. Like, because we're all built differently. Like, I was getting fit, and Dell, who's the name of the gun fitter, he's like, yeah, you have long arms and no neck. It's like, well, fuck you too, Dell. What's that supposed to mean? But yeah, and like, you get it fit, and it makes so much of a difference. Like, you just pull up, and I don't know if it's a confidence. I mean, it's obviously there's mechanics there, but man, dude, like, it makes so much of a difference to have.
You're a
gun.
better shooter with it.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Oh, 100%. Like, if you're shooting sporting clays, like, average, I'm hitting like 42, 43. Now it's like 46, 47.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
a big jump
makes
fast.
A big difference. Yeah.
Have you ever had to shim your gun, Cal?
No.
I've had to shim every single one of mine.
Really?
Yep. And my old neighbor, so there's like different competition levels of trap shooting, and then there's pro, like Tom Knapp was. He was just below Tom Knapp. And he's just like watching me miss sporting clays in my backyard, and he's like, oh, you hammered. Oh, don't close your eye. He looks at my gun, he goes, this isn't shimmed right. And then he took my gun apart. He's like, where's the case? Looked for it for 25 minutes. Come back out, and he's like, oh, yeah. Just takes the whole thing apart, and he goes, looks at me, does it, and I'm like, whoa. Like, when you pulled it up, it's just money,
Really?
money every single time. Like, when you feel so comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and exactly. And it's like those shots where it's like you get up, you pull, and it's like, man, this doesn't feel quite right, but whatever. And all of a sudden you hit it, and it's like, whoa. Like, I never hit those shots. Like, you don't feel right. It's like, whatever. I'll just shoot at it again. But it was crazy.
Do you shim your shotguns, like your waterfall shotguns?
No, I don't. Like, and I don't know if this is true, but like most shotguns are built for people that are like 5'8", 180 pounds.
Really?
Yeah. So like, yeah, Joey, you're tall. How tall are you?
I'm just under 6.
Yeah. Like, so I kind of somewhat, I'm probably more than 180, but I fit the mold a little bit better.
Yeah.
But,
dude, I just got to mention, it was so weird just having someone tell you were tall.
you're tall. Well, fuck, it's coming from me.
I'm just saying, this dude in high school was like 5'3".
5'2", 120 pounds until the end of my junior year.
Yeah. So like my whole life, he's been like the tiny kid that I was friends with. And he's like obviously a very normal height of a man now. So it was just a funny.
Well, I've always been,
Yeah.
I'm 5'8", I'm small. So.
No, it's fine, Ben.
No, you're
Just
lucky
saying.
to be married, for sure.
Oh, I know.
It's fucked up. It's actually really bogus.
Thanks.
Um,
I fucking feel like Dr. Phil over here now. I'm getting
getting really
sweaty,
concerned.
sweaty palms. Speaking of sweaty palms.
I got you.
There you go. I've always just wondered if I'm like, is it something I should do? Like,
Dude,
do I need to shim my gun?
I would honestly even go a step further. Just got warm, but I would go a step further and honestly even go and get fit. Go spend them. I mean, it's not a ton, but
Just like with my gun I have now, right? Like,
Go-
take my gun and go get fitted.
yeah. So that what they call it's a tri gun, where they adjust all like the cast, the drop, like they can adjust all these things.
Yeah.
And then, like with the shims or whatever, they can show you what you're doing, like how, and it's crazy with the wrong guns, like your point of impact. Say you're shooting at 15 yards, they'll say, okay, pull it up, shoot without like just purely instinctive.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, you're shooting 4 inches left. And then they'll move this tri gun, they'll adjust it, and all of a sudden, boom, you pull up, you're hitting dead on.
That's so crazy to me. And that's the only thing I've always thought is like, it's got to be somebody who really fucking knows what they're looking at to be able to look at you and just be like, yep. Like that guy, your drunk neighbor.
Yeah.
He was just so ingrained in his brain. He saw you and he was like, nope.
Yeah.
And you boom-outed your shims and then.
Right. I was like 2 inches above every clay.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's cool. And that's like, I tell people, like, you look at golf, right? Golf lessons are totally normal.
Yep.
You look at hunters, like, I don't think very many people are going out and taking shooting lessons, right?
No.
So I've had the opportunity to like do it a number of times with a couple good people, and like it makes a big difference. Like, yeah, it's just like a golf lesson, right?
Yeah.
Like it's no different. And we're spending all this time
And money.
yeah, going to hunt ducks, and you can say like, oh, it's about the experience, blah blah blah. But we like shooting ducks. We like shooting birds, right?
Yep.
And it makes a huge difference. Huge difference.
Yeah, I should actually just legitimately go get fitted. Can you just go to like any gunsmith? Because that's the question, right?
So
Is
they
like,
have-
where do you go?
They have gun fitters that are. I mean, not every gunsmith can fit you.
Yeah.
I bet a lot of them can get you pretty close, but. And there's only so much you can do with a factory gun, right? Like you can get in the ballpark, but even just taking shooting lessons,
Yeah.
a good instructor is gonna, now they have pads where you can adjust, tweak the pad so the gun fits you better, it sits right, where you don't have to go and get a custom stock built.
It's a pheasant thing, yeah.
Wow, put it on your duck gun.
I've seen a lot of trap shooters too.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Where you don't want to go spend
Yeah.
on a custom stock, but yeah, dude, the good shooting instructors will be able to get you in the ballpark. Well, you'll definitely notice it.
A difference, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Even if it's not like perfect, it's
It's
crazy.
significantly better.
yeah.
Yeah.
It makes
think
a
it should
huge difference.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Should
cool.
get fitted.
I've never gotten fitted, but I've had someone really mess with my shims.
We had the drunk neighbor.
Yeah, well, other than that too.
Okay.
So, like, I used to go to All Season Sports in Delano,
Oh yeah.
and he would be like, "How you hitting them?" I'm like, "Ah." He's like, "Well, let's try to do this. What shim do you have in there?" Okay, let me see you pull up the gun, and then they just go from there.
Yeah, I remember going in there actually with you.
It's pretty wild.
I think you took your Winchester in there.
SX2 all the
Yep.
time.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they had friction pins, and so when you took apart your gun, it was no good anymore. So you had to keep buying friction pins.
What's a friction pin?
So, like, where your trigger assembly is?
Yeah.
And you push that pin out.
Yeah.
So once you
That's a
push that thing out, it would just slide in and out of there.
Really? Like
it was,
super loosey goosey?
like-
Like you could turn it?
like I would clean it myself 2 or 3 times a year, and then
Yeah.
at the end of the year, I would shoot, and the pin would slowly come out, and I constantly had to push it back in. It was so annoying.
Really? Because like the Brown or the SX series was built on the Browning Gold, right? Frame.
I wouldn't
So
know
they
that.
must have changed something. I mean, because of a Win.
Yeah. It was an
SX.
SX2, and it was I was 16 when I bought it.
Huh.
So
That's
14 years
interesting.
ago.
Do you still have it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a single shot paperweight now.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Yeah, that's.
I love you.
Invasion. Warder? Sure.
Whiskey.
Yeah, exactly. Carnivore diet.
We're gonna
Whiskey
have
and
some
meat.
real.
That's it.
That should be. You should just make that a thing, Joey. Add whiskey to the carnivore diet,
I mean,
Yeah. Why
Yes.
not?
right? I mean,
it's made out of plants.
yeah.
Right. No, one thing I really wanted to go back to because I didn't feel like we talked about it enough was the commune. And, I recently saw an article. I don't know if you saw it either, but there's so much new stuff going on with COVID. There's a conspiracy theory that they're going out in the wild, capturing deer, and giving them the virus. It's for some study.
Huh.
And so now people are
Go get that tinfoil hat, bro.
worried about. No, there's so many articles on it. So many. And this guy was talking about we don't vaccinate our cows whatsoever except for this, and it's a single shot vaccine, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
He's like, there's a lot of rumors going around that the state-owned meat processing plants are shooting it full of the vaccine. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me, man.
Oh.
So, like, all of these local farmers now are saying, we don't do that. And it's like, is it really real, though? I don't know.
I wouldn't
It wouldn't shock me
What-
that much.
put it past our beautiful government.
Right. Yeah, it wouldn't shock me that much.
So I hear stuff like that, and I'm like, dude, I just want to have my own livestock, my own crops. There's another one saying that they're putting it in our vegetables. And I'm like, come on, dude. Like, really? That's out there to me, but it's
crazy
still, it's
either
just
way.
like, I don't even want to worry about it.
Right.
Right?
And doing this diet too. We have so many things in this country that are legal here and illegal
Yeah. Dude,
everywhere
it's
else.
Wild, like white
That's crazy.
bread. Like
Yeah.
you can't white bread here, and I love white bread, but
Right. Same.
it's like it'd be illegal everywhere else.
Right. Enriched wheat flour. They put bleach in it.
Yeah.
They put bleach
Yeah.
in our grain.
Well, and it's like with kids, Joey, you've got little girl too, and it's like trying to like feed them healthier things, organic, whatever. And it's like, shit, even you buy that organic stuff and something just came out, it's like, oh, this is bad. It's like, shit.
Yep.
The only thing you can do is just grow it yourself. You know what's into it.
The fake green companies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane. Like Myers soap has like some of the most harmful products in there. Burt's Bees.
Yeah.
Burt's Bees now has petroleum in it.
Huh.
Even though they were like saying that they're super green and natural, it turns out they're not, and they got sued a shitload of money for it.
Yeah.
That's just wild to me. It doesn't even make sense. Like, why do you have to? Why does it? Why do you have it in there?
Well,
It's just weird.
Probably more. I mean, granted, it's probably in the short term, it's probably more effective, right, at doing whatever it's supposed to do, and then it's probably cheaper too. Like,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
well, it's like all the preservatives. That's a huge thing, right? Like they've got to have preservatives. So
It's insane.
yeah, it's wild.
It's freaking me out. So I'm like, you know what? I really want to just buy a lot of land
Yeah.
and just have like my best friends on the property. It's like, dude, I'll be cattle farmer. You know what?
Yeah.
You be beet farmer. You grow corn and beans and
Everyone gets an acre or two plot, put their house on it, and everything else.
way more than an acre.
Well, if you're only going to go 200 acres, I mean, you need a lot of land to raise cattle, bub.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
Well, when I went and looked at that 50,
Yeah.
that was a lot of land.
Man, it goes away quick with cattle.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
though. Like you look at like a 50 acres is like, and I my sense of size must be off. Insert joke here. But like, yeah, 50 acres, like that's a shitload of land.
Mm-hmm. Especially
It
in the
seems
metro
Like
area.
it doesn't, when I say 50 acres, it's like only 50 acres.
Yeah.
But when you actually start like getting out and walking,
I know.
it's like,
Remember when we went and looked at that lease that was like 250 acres?
Yeah.
That was a lot of land.
That was a lot of land.
A lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
We were walking for like 2.5 hours and we only touched 20 acres
Yeah.
Yeah.
out of
It
250.
was insane.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, you like put cattle on
cattle,
it. You're like,
yeah.
okay.
Well, yeah, you look at the stocking rate and
Just
stuff, and
yeah.
it's, but yeah, and it's just wild because it's like, then what? Like we're so reliant on feed. You're finish them with corn or whatever. It's like, well, where do you get the corn? Well, you gotta plant the corn. Are you gonna eat the corn, or is the cattle gonna eat the corn?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, man. It's
Yeah, 50
insane.
to your point, Cal, like 50 acres. Yeah, it would go pretty fast if you had enough animals to feed 8 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Fast. Really
Yeah.
fast.
yeah.
But either way, I totally get it. I
Yeah.
totally understand why you're thinking that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one, it would be really fun. 2, you don't have to do a real job anymore. You can just live off your land, you know?
Maybe, yeah.
Well, set up solar panels. You set up running
You're
water.
gonna have to pay taxes.
Well, sure. If you're not
Well,
religious.
if the world goes to shit,
Well, yeah, no. In that sense,
Yeah.
this is the money idea.
Well, you could set up a tax-free deal and say you're Amish type or
like a non
Cultural,
or like
yeah.
you just start a cult and you're just
Sure.
like,
Do you
yep,
have
this
to-
is my religion. I'm tax exempt.
Can you do that
know?
for like property taxes?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, that's cool.
Now, on this podcast, are we experts in it? No,
No.
but it's.
Well, you know more than I
Definitely
do, so you're
possible.
an expert.
I mean, I think it's what all the big politicians are doing.
Wouldn't surprise
They're
me.
buying land, and then it's like it's a religion thing. Yeah, good write-offs.
Yeah.
Most of their nonprofits actually made the purchases, but yeah. Either way, did you go on any epic waterfall hunts this year? You got caught up with the upland birds.
Yeah, it was big. Well, probably one of the most fun things was Montana for honkers.
Okay,
Like it was.
you were there when we were in Nebraska, weren't you?
Yeah. Yep,
Okay,
Yep.
that's right.
So yeah, we did that, and it was cold. It was like negative. You wake up, it'd be negative 20. We were staying in wall tents.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Dude.
on private land,
Yeah.
you run wall tents goose hunting.
Yeah. So we stayed in wall tents, and I had some sort of bug. Like I wasn't super sick, but I didn't feel good. And
Oh no,
when it's negative 20, and you got to wake up every 2 hours to load up the stove,
Fire. Yeah.
yeah,
dude. And I was like, it was rough, and it was windy. It was
to
probably
goose hunt.
30, 40 mile an hour winds. It's like all night. The tent, the
Yeah.
canvas is hitting the walls. But dude, like the goose hunting was just ridiculous. It was so windy and so cold that those birds wanted in there so bad. So bad.
Yeah,
Like they were coming off the river on the deck. Like they'd
no
pop up.
questions.
I'd pull up my binos, and it's like they're literally probably 10 feet off the ground.
Oh my gosh.
100 of them, 200 of them, and they no circle and nothing, like down
Straight in. That's epic.
You
Probably
gotta
why
love
the
it.
20 gauge worked so well, because they were like landing on the boot bags.
How warm was it in your tent?
Oh, it was probably 60, 70.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, because
You can get it that
you
warm.
get that fire rolling. And they were big tents. Like, there were 2 of us staying in the tent. They were probably, as
Size of this room?
well, from probably as wide here to probably the door there. So they were big
Big
size
tents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. Like, that was really freaking cool.
Yeah.
So a wall tent, does that kind of look like a teepee, or does it have the stove going out the wall?
Stove's going out the ceiling, but it's like a, Potbelly-esque stove type deal, but you couldn't fit enough wood in it to last very long, and you had to keep that thing just absolutely roaring to keep it warm enough.
Sure.
But that was, it was a cool experience for sure.
Yeah.
But
It's insane.
It
Yeah,
always-
me and Joey have been like joking that we're gonna get a camper so that we can do like the trips and just
Yeah.
stay in the camper.
So I have screwed around with this rabbit hole a lot of like the whole camper versus I've had a number of routes I've went down.
Uh-huh. And
So
what-
first one I started with was like just truck camping, right?
Yeah.
And that sucked. Truck camping is
Terrible.
hard. Especially with I had 2 dogs at the time, and it was like there's just not enough space.
Yeah.
Then I bought a tiny trailer, because like the big thing is like I'm traveling a lot. Like I'm going thousands of miles, so I don't want to pull a 30-foot camper. So I took a 5x8 or 5x10 enclosed trailer and built essentially a dinette, so you could pop up you've got 2 benches essentially.
Yeah.
You can pop up the table in the middle, so it turns into like a table where you can hang out and eat.
Oh,
Yeah.
Then
fancy.
you lay it down and you can sleep on it.
Yeah.
And that thing was pretty sweet. Like, that thing was legit. I still have it actually. Had, I finished out all the inside of it. Had a
Super cool.
electric heater. Like, that thing was pretty dialed, but it's just small, right? It's little.
Did you run the heater off a generator?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I had like a buddy heater too, and I'd vent it out the top. Diesel heater would have been the best for that, but so that was pretty slick. And then I moved to a 6.5 by 16 foot like fish house, dual purpose.
Okay. Is that what you use now?
That's what I have. I don't see, the problem is it's too big. I think it's 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
7 or 8 feet tall, and it's got a bunk bed, the queen size bunk bed that comes down. So, but again, it's like that. It's getting too big where it's like just a bitch to pull.
Yeah. I mean, Joey and I were like, if we get even if we got like a 12-foot, just like a camper, be sick.
Yeah. And so like I looked at like getting a smaller camper, like a 21-foot
Yeah.
lighter. But again, like, you're going 1,000 miles. Like, you gotta think about, what are you going to spend extra in gas? Like, if you're going 1,000 miles for 2 or 3, 5, 6 days, like, shit, it's just cheaper to get a hotel room.
No shit.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
That's what's really kept me from doing it.
Yeah. And so, like, I had a spreadsheet. I did all the math. I can't remember what it was, but it was like, it had to be, if you did anything over like 400 miles for less than X amount of days, then it wouldn't be worth it. So,
Okay.
but like the cool thing now is like those rooftop tents, like Roof Nest.
Oh,
makes one,
yeah.
iCamper. I'm gonna put one of those on, and those things are pretty slick because
Yeah.
like, you're driving at the middle of the night, you're tired. Instead of sleeping in your front seat, just flip that thing up, put a little diesel heater in there, or even electric off a Jenny,
Yep.
and you can sleep. I mean, they're like king size beds, so you can easily sleep
That's
two
crazy.
guys in there.
Yeah.
I love
So-
how you said guys,
Yeah.
not you and your wife, but
Well, you guys, I'll invite you. We'll go on a
Thank
trip.
you. That's actually key. I was hoping
All-
that was going to be next.
Yeah.
The invite. It sounds cozy. I mean, in a king size bed, you think we do 3?
Oh yeah,
I think.
shit, yeah. Joey's out.
What?
You're not that.
Oh,
okay
me and
with
Joey
your-
have shared many full-size beds
Yeah,
together.
but Cal does this thing where he'll touch you in the middle of the night.
Sweet. I'm
Not
in.
on purpose. He'll just like roll over and his arm will be on you and you're like, dude.
Dude, I am
No.
totally okay with it. I am so okay with my sexuality.
Oops.
Like, I'm cold.
Dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably fucking snuggle up with
That's
you.
fine.
Dude, my thing
Yeah,
is I don't want anyone touching me while I'm sleeping. Nobody.
Light sleeper.
Not my wife.
Really?
No, I'm a heavy sleeper. But I'm just saying, like, if I wake up and there's an arm on me, who is that? Every time. Who are you?
What do you think about the time when you slept?
With Cole?
Yep. What do
Yeah,
you think
no,
about that time?
don't remember anything. I somehow sleptwalked into the living room, woke a guy up. I was petting him like a dog.
Do you know Cole Poplinski? Okay.
Petting him like a dog in his
I
sleep.
This
don't,
is the
run
first
in, I don't
time-
run in these kind of circles.
No, I
like,
get that.
dude,
No,
sleeping.
Yep. No, you have a good job and everything. We get that.
No, so I had a nice bed. I was splitting with Connor. Go out there in the middle of my sleep,
Yeah.
just still so asleep.
It's the first time you
Start-
met him, right?
Yeah, first time
Okay.
I met Cole. And then I started petting his head, and he's like, what are you doing, dude? And he's like, what in the world? He took off his shirt, and then he went to the bathroom, came back. I'm wearing his shirt.
Yeah, inside out. Joey put his shirt on.
I'm wearing his shirt, and now I'm sleeping on the couch in his spot. And he's just like, what the fuck, man? Like, what do I
Who
do?
invited this guy?
Isn't that incredible?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
he
so
didn't do
maybe-
he didn't say anything or try to wake me up. He just slept on the floor next to the couch. I'm like, dude,
Just
just
an unbelievable human being.
like,
Dude,
wake me up.
So maybe maybe Joey gets like a tarp roof.
Yeah. No, we'll put Joey in the front seat.
Yeah, we can sleep together.
There you go.
Joey can sleep in the front seat.
Dude, I'll find my own community
Yeah.
and I'll be
Commune.
under the tarp
Commune.
roof.
Dude, there's that the trailer park
Yeah.
Right.
congregation.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we're going to Mississippi.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
bro.
gonna find my own little community and I'm just gonna bunk.
That's fine.
They had like a nice Baptist church right next door, so you'll be good.
Cemetery too.
I'm sure.
It's convenient.
Hey,
Yeah.
have either of you
For
guys
what?
just in case.
Well,
Yeah. Oh,
Have you guys
you left and the deer did run out.
true.
have you guys been in a whole lot of trailers? Like trailer park trailers.
I mean, I don't
like
know
they
what
are being lived
constitutes
in.
a lot.
So I don't know, more than
There's
two.
some really
Yeah.
nice trailers.
Yeah. Oh,
more
for
than
sure.
more
Just
than
gonna
two.
throw that out there.
Yeah,
there are
but-
trailers that are like actual
Like
houses.
Sure.
freaking dialed. Yeah.
Sure, but
I've
how
been-
many are currently in use by the current population? 10%.
I'm gonna just throw this out there
You
though.
think 10 I don't know.
Doing
I don't
like
know if it's even 10%.
No.
doing remodeling and also like having helped out some like landlord sketchy people in the past. I think no lie. I think I've been in more bad houses than bad trailers.
That's
Dead
interesting,
serious, dude.
Well, the reason why I ask,
Yeah.
because I've sadly been in too many for work and
Kinda
then
running
for
that kind of crowd.
right,
Definitely.
right. Well, I grew up in this area, so
Bad
what does
job,
that tell
bad
you?
Job.
Oh, fucking horse farms everywhere.
No, yeah, but where there's not horse farms, there's drugs. You know. So meth trailers,
I'm gonna go ahead and say wrong.
Corcoran trailer
this
park,
is not a bad area.
but the trailer parks are,
You been to Mississippi, dude?
dude. Corcoran, Rockford. You got
Dude, they're getting, I don't know, gentrified isn't the right word, but like they are super nice. Like
Now
those
they are.
areas are not like, yeah, you drive
Yeah.
through there now, it's like
Yes.
horse farm, horse farm, horse farm, horse farm,
Yes.
horse farm.
So, have you guys noticed an unusual amount of martial arts tools in trailers?
No,
No, but
I haven't. But like right now, my mind just goes to Napoleon Dynamite when they go to that trailer and the guy's got the.
yeah. I thought you were going to say, like, if you noticed an unusual amount of martial arts things in my house. That's where my head went. I was like, I started looking around like, I don't think I see any martial arts thing. Anyway,
Oh my
sorry.
God.
Continue.
No, I've just
amazing.
seen so many samurai swords,
Yeah.
so many ninja stars and throwing knives.
Sounds like they
Like-
got good taste.
Size, you know what size are? Like the 3 prongs, like
Like
from
the-
Ninja Turtles.
Like not like a scythe, not like a Grim Reaper.
That's a scythe.
There you
No,
go.
a sai is like a little handle, and then there's.
I'm gonna like you're
3 horns.
literally right now proving that you have martial arts shit. Like you're just
No,
accentuating. 'cause
no,
me and
I-
him have no idea what you're
I
talking
just
about.
walked
and you're like,
into.
and they have the 3 prongs on it. And
yeah. Good point, Cal.
Whatever. I've played Street Fighter. I've watched so many martial arts movies.
what's dude? How much anime did you watch?
A lot. Oh.
So let's just say you get on your phone late at night and you turn incognito mode on. Like, you go into the deep darks of the web and like watching cartoons.
No, dude. Let me finish my story
sorry.
here. So, first trailer I ever went into, he had 2 size, little weird looking tools.
Is that like Wolverine
Just
things?
just pull it up on
Kinda.
pull it up on
Yeah,
the
I'll
old
pull it up.
Google machine.
I'll pull it up.
So
And he had 2 ninja swords, and then he also had 2 pairs of nunchucks hanging on the wall.
I think you
And
mean
I'm like-
nunchucks.
Nunchucks. It's with
I
an
like
N.
the nunchucks.
I'm gonna kill you.
So much
See,
better.
dude, you are definitely into martial
Oh,
arts.
big time, bro. His favorite movie was Ip Man for the longest time.
Yeah,
I've
you ever
never
watched
seen
that?
it.
IP Man?
The guy
Ip
who
Man?
trained Bruce Lee.
Yeah. No,
Never
he's
seen
obsessed with like Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee and yeah.
Huh.
I mean, Bruce Lee guy.
I did watch the remake of Karate Kid.
There you go.
Cobra Kai, is that what it's called?
Yep, Joey's seen that 100 times.
Yeah, that thing is...
Oh, yeah, that's different than Wolverine.
Dude, that's
Okay.
sad that you know the fucking name of that.
Totally.
But anyways, sorry, we keep interrupting you. So you go into this trailer house.
So I go into this trailer. The guy was definitely on drugs, 100%. And I go,
Naturally.
what do you got all the ninja tools for? He goes, oh, dude, I love them. I go, what do you mean? Like, are you in martial arts? He's like, no, but if someone breaks in my trailer,
Fuck.
I'll tell them what's up. And I go, okay, sounds good. And then I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, this guy's a psycho, right?
Dude.
And then I go to the next one. It was like 5 years later. It's an older woman, and she paid me to remove snow and ice from her trailer.
Yeah.
And the thing was just messed up. Like, I could see a visible hole in the trailer, and she goes, could you fix that too while you're up there? I'm like, absolutely not. No, it's a metal structure. I'm not going to weld your trailer.
You can leave the ice chunk over it, though.
Hey, you're charging me $500 to, remove all this stuff. You might as well just throw in patch in the roof too. No, absolutely not. So then I go in there and she's like, oh, I'll send you a check. And I'm like, no, I don't like where this is going.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can write me a check right now. So I'm like in the door of her trailer. She's like, fine, come on in. I go, okay. And I'm like, oh, I shouldn't go in. I take 2 steps in. There's cat shit everywhere.
Yes, of course.
And she has a 17-year-old son who is like weirdly going through puberty,
Oh,
like
yeah.
the whole, like you can just see it in their face. Squeaky,
yeah.
greasy,
Oh.
acne riddled, greasy hair,
Yeah.
black dyed greasy hair.
Nice.
I just feel bad for the kid now.
It was so
You
gross.
just keep going, and I'm just like, this is just worse.
dumb
Now it's
piece
so
of
bad.
Shit.
Guess what was on the wall in the living room?
Samurai sword.
2 samurai swords.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, this is a trailer park thing. Again, 3 years later, same thing.
Yeah.
Going to get a check, and there are ninja tools. There was like
Nunchucks.
nunchucks on the wall. I'm like, dude, what is with people they must all be felons, so they can't own guns. So like that's what they need. That's their pitchfork.
Dude, or they just have like a trailer park code where it's like, we don't
HOA.
have guns in this place. Everyone's got
Freaking-
samurai swords.
You better go ask Randy and Leahy if you can have nunchucks in the trailer park.
That's right. You're not going to get approval, but you can still
Yeah.
have them.
Okay, so Cal, since you are the interior decorator,
Okay.
if I get you like some sort of ninja tools with Midwest Flyways on it, will you
We'll
hang
put
it up
them
on
up
the
here.
wall?
100%.
Hell yeah.
100%.
Absolutely, we will.
Done.
Nunchucks.
God.
A sigh, per se.
This is literally what their walls looked like. I'm not shitting you.
Oh my
That many tools.
That's awesome.
That many. I looked up ninja tools, and this is what came up.
It's just a collage.
Wow.
Like, and it would be hanging on their wall, on their veneer walls.
Yeah.
And just like, with like nice hooks holding the blades. I'm like, what
Wow.
is
You know,
going
I was
on?
going to say, if you don't have time to remember to do that, though, Joey probably has some actually somewhere.
Can I just take a Sharpie? And
We could just
write
maybe go
Midwest-
look for them now and just put them up.
Maybe that's what I'll do is just buy one and just write Midwest Flyways and
That's
permanent
it.
marker on it.
Yeah, we could probably just find one of his because I'm sure he has some here somewhere.
Like, I bet in the closet there. Like,
yeah,
notice that door stays shut.
Oh, that is the storage closet.
I bet it's
I
like
guarantee you. Okay.
Unreal.
Uh,
Just getting shit on.
Ben, thank you so much for coming on, man. We really, really appreciate it. Hunter, can you roll some outro music, bud? Can we cameleon for a second? Thank you. It's the outro.
love it.
We just stick
Yep.
with it.
Yep.
You can't be mad if this song's
No.
on.
No, you literally cannot be in a bad
We
mood.
talked about this last time,
Yeah.
but polka.
It is polka.
It is. It's like Mexican
It's like
polka.
Mexican polka.
It's Mexican polka.
Ben's listening to books on tape and polka the whole drive.
Dude, K-Check. You ever listen to K-Check?
No.
What station number is it?
95.5 here out of New Prague, Minnesota. Bought LMF Fridays, live music Fridays.
LMF Fridays. Dude, they probably recorded and put a book on tape.
Oh, they put it on cassette. I am in. You don't realize how expensive it is to put a cassette player in your truck.
No, I don't. I absolutely have no
How do you
idea
listen to
what the
books on
cost would be.
tape, bud?
Holy shit. It's amazing.
Thanks, boys.
Check out onX. Go to onX.com, onXmaps.com.
Yeah, onXhunt,
onXhunt, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
Ben, one more thing.
Yeah.